So,
what's
been up?
Not much. Are you recording?
Yeah.
Oh shit. All right. Well, before we start this endeavor, you got a preference on alcohol?
Not really. I don't think I'll drink.
Oh, you're not gonna drink?
I don't like getting crossed. Getting crossed isn't that fun.
Not get crossed, but just some social lubrication. No preference on anything. Nothing. Fucking White Claw beer.
I'm okay, honestly.
Oh, damn.
Trying to cut down on the cows, homie.
Fuck me. Well, I'm not gonna get alcohol if I'm gonna be the only one drinking.
Well, I don't think alcohol would be good for you driving.
Well, I'm not gonna get drunk, but
not gonna get drunk. We know you're getting drunk.
I'm not gonna get drunk. Oh, you're seriously not gonna split a beer with me for a celebration?
I'm not drinking a beer. Could you toss me my vape though?
Yes. All right.
Takes a hit.
Thanks, Dad. Coffee it is. Let's get fucking fired up.
Yeah.
Let's
get cracked out.
Let's come into this bitch hot. So fucking liberals. Oh man. Yeah, I don't know.
We're gonna talk about. Oh, I thought you weren't good. I thought you were talking. You don't want to do that.
There's no moderation on either side these days. Us normal people don't have a home.
You're gonna get fucking canceled.
Yeah, definitely. That's okay.
Yeah.
Scrub that.
Scratch that. Editor,
cut it.
Scratch that.
Cut that. Yeah. So yeah, you just moved. Yeah.
Okay.
New apartment. Good. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish
I
I brought
moved.
some fucking shrooms, man. To really get into this shit, I brought shrooms.
Jesus Christ. No, I don't have too long.
That's a shame. That leaves us open for a part 2 then.
A part 2.
Yeah. So, fuck, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
New place. How do you like it?
Well, it's tight, It's a new apartment, definitely. You got some fresh paint. Nice little laminate flooring.
Speaking of fucking paint, they paint over. I cannot connect the Wi-Fi modem because they painted over all the modem outlets.
Oh, that's an easy fix.
Yeah, it was fucking. No, it was annoying. No, because there was paint all clogged up inside each one of them, so I couldn't fucking do anything.
Oh, that sucks. Some acetone and a knife.
I had to try to find which one in here would work. So I was plugging in and out. That's why you need a lot of Ethernet cables and telephone cables.
You're not connecting your modem over coax?
I don't know because I connected them via both of them because I figured knock out 2 birds, 1 stone, right?
Yeah.
Try the telephone and the cable at the same time, but now I don't know which one is which.
So that's the thing. Yeah.
I'll just have to do a reset now. But now that's actually like set up, as soon as I plug it in, it'll connect.
There you go, buddy. There you go.
Yeah.
New apartment, fresh digs, living with a lady.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Brianna. She is
platonic.
What?
Platonic.
You mean whatever that word means?
Friendly.
Oh, yeah. We're just friends.
No sex.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a girlfriend.
Yeah, I know. Congrats.
Yeah.
She's gorgeous. Yeah.
Yeah, she's awesome. And yeah, Brianna's super cool.
Yeah,
she's a rad ass roommate.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
Full disclosure, by the way, everybody, I got a rooftop pool downtown St. Pete. Yeah, so
damn.
anyone wants to come party,
where can they find you at?
Oh. Corner of my dick and
Jesus Christ,
Big Weenie Avenue.
So no social media plugs there?
Nah, nothing. I don't have any, bro.
Neither do I.
Oh, fuck that shit. Fuck social media. Fuck Facebook.
I gave up on social media a long time ago. I feel like I got the early bit of it, though. Like, I feel like I got the early bit of where the internet was becoming fucked.
Mm-hmm.
And I probably got like 20% of it. And it's almost about hit a fucking 100, right? But yeah, I got the bare minimum. Just when things started getting toxic, I was already out. I was gone. It was great.
Oh, bro, it's bad now. Fucking, like, I hate, like, whenever somebody loses an election, everybody's just like, oh, it's fucking Russia. And it's just like, it's beyond that, bro. People are, like, really quick to deny Russia's just fucking country manipulation through social media. But they've, like, the Soviet Union had, like, very well documented, laid out plans on how to, like, just fucking ruin America, how to topple it, and it is to create division amongst its people. But they didn't really have much of a way of doing it back in the day, because the way to influence people's opinions back then was to, it was through like the typical entertainment outlets like fucking news and movies and all that shit.
Basically, newspapers.
Yeah, and so you have to have money, A, to do that, and B, it's a little bit harder to, they are safety nets that kind of prevent that. That's a whole story on its own about Vatican ruling Hollywood for the longest fucking time. But thing with Facebook is that anybody can buy advertisements on Facebook. And what's even worse about that is that the advertisements are very, how would I put it? Targeted advertising is very, I'm at a loss for the word that I'm looking for here, but basically Facebook collects a fuck ton of your data. And it's even outside of Facebook. You do a Google search and shit, Facebook's collecting that information.
Yeah.
So with a platform like Facebook, especially where they don't give a shit about regulating anything that's posted onto their platform, they claim that they care, but they don't. They're after making money. Whoever is the highest bidder for Facebook's ads and shit is the one who will be successful in manipulating whoever their target audience is. So, you know about like the Cambridge Analytics scandal.
Remind me.
So it was basically this company that was teamed up with Facebook where they were creating profiles of people based on Facebook's existing analytics databases. So going back to the whole Russia thing, Russia was not previously able to buy, say a fuck ton of like news outlets and all that shit. It was very difficult to, and creating content to influence people who viewed said news stations or radio stations, whatnot. The content would A, be regulated by the United States government, and B, it would be pushed out to a much wider audience, so you didn't have as much fine-tuned manipulation towards each individual person. Facebook, on the other hand, they don't give a shit who is, buying targeted ads, who they're trying to manipulate. In fact, it's, again, highest bidder, they'll help whoever's giving them a fuck ton of money. They don't care what the motives are. So,
well, that's not surprising.
No, it's not. I mean, it's corporations,
yeah.
And that's why a lot of fucking Republicans are like, don't regulate companies. It's a free country, and it's just like, well, we're not saying like regulate freedom of speech and shit, but I mean, like what Russia did, say enacted their plans. This shit is literally documented shit that they've been planning since the Soviet Union. They enacted their plans through Facebook. Facebook targeted advertising, Facebook groups, and all that shit. And it's created a lot of fucking division in the country, as we see now. Like a great example. Well, obviously the advertisements are a huge thing, but just even shit that would seem harmless, like Facebook groups. I'll give you an example. In Texas, there is a huge fucking street brawl that busted out because of these two Facebook fucking groups. One Facebook was like fucking Americans for Jesus or some shit, and like Muslim Society of America. Some really dumb shit. I mean, like not dumb, like, their cultures are cool or whatever, but just still, just really retarded shit that anyone could follow or, get involved in. And so these two groups had been like egging each other on over Facebook for a few months until eventually they're just like, I don't remember exactly what went down. It's been a couple of years, but essentially they like fucking their shit from those two Facebook groups, their little fights and shit, eventually leaked out into real life, and they fucking brawled out in the streets, and there's violence and shit. And it was, I don't know, there's an investigation done by the FBI or some shit, and found out that both those group owners, those page owners, were fucking linked to the Kremlin. And it's just like, it's that type of shit. But it's not just that. It's like the advertising, the fucking god-awful memes that your grandma shares on Facebook, regardless of what political spectrum they're on. It's all just rage baiting. It's fucking just to create enemies for two sides of people, which is the other side, get them more and more pissed off and generalize people into one group. So you're either with us on the right side or you're with us on the left side. And if you're not with us on one of those sides, you're fucking against us. You're the enemy.
Now, do you think it can get any more toxic? Any more? Just any more? Man, can it get any worse?
Absolutely. Meta.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole fucking VR platform.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really think VR is going to be popular or anything for some time. It's never really taken off. But the thing is, with Meta, we've had shit like Second Life, that one weird fucking creepy anime VR platform. Yeah, fucking thing is, though, is that's limited to like a certain sect of people. People that have, gaming computers, people that are already into that kind of shit. Facebook is creating this air quote Second Life world for their established database. And they guys it as like, oh, go and connect and hang out with your friends that are halfway across the world or whatever, et cetera, et cetera. The issue with that is it involves more. Let me put it this way. When you hop onto Facebook now, it's on a 2D screen. Mm-hmm. It's not like super immersive. Like, it still sucks a lot of people in. That's how we got to where we're at today. But the ease and the level of manipulation will become even worse with the expansion of immersion. So
do you mean like in a case where like in the metaverse or whatever the fuck it's called, people will be sort of judged and more toxic shit will come out of being judged for not having this certain NFT or anything like that, involved?
I think it's not. No, I mean,
because like kids. Yeah, so sure. Example, like kids at school, they make fun of you because your shoes are fucked. Mm-hmm. You're not rocking fresh J's. You're rocking some goddamn shitty Converse from however long ago. But I do like Converse, by the way. But
yeah, well, there's
do you think it'll be a similar case? Rich versus the poor type of thing.
It's gonna create a lot of opportunities for a lot of things that is hard to imagine now. It'll create a lot of opportunities for negative and positive experiences. My concern is, especially since we see that Facebook doesn't really care to moderate their platform, and the highest bidder is the one who's pushing ideas and manipulating mass audiences. I think the concern becomes, like, for example, churches. People start going to church at a virtual fucking church in the metaverse. Mm-hmm. Who owns that church? Who's controlling the content? Because right now, like, let's take a look at Catholic churches and the whole anti-gay thing, right? So, thing with the Catholic Church is, yes, ultimately the Vatican oversees everything, and they're the ones who control the curriculum. But they can't control all of it when they have millions of churches all across the world, all under different districts and shit. So the reason why Catholics are a little bit more accepting of gays now is that it wasn't an overnight thing. It was say like a Catholic church in San Francisco, for example, in the times that San Francisco started becoming really LGBT friendly. Catholic Church ain't going to survive there very well. They're not going to keep their, they're not going to keep their membership retention very high if, they're still preaching super anti-gay shit. Mm-hmm. So, on that level, like say that church in San Francisco, they kind of had to adopt their guidelines. Or maybe, you had someone that was a pastor that was gay and they were closeted and they see it starting to become more accepted. Well, they don't want to push, homophobic fucking ideals onto their masses and shit. They'll become more accepting. And then, that kind of happens on on like a wave kind of level, right? Like it allows for different ideas and shit to come into place. It's not full control. So imagine that we have churches on Facebook, right? Let's say that there's still thousands of churches. Problem with that is that those churches can be controlled ultimately by one person in the truest sense. They, like, let's say there's thousands of little fucking churches you can go see in the metaverse or whatever, but all their sermons or whatever are the same across all churches. It's like a live stream from one fucking pastor or some shit. Well, in that case, you're not really... It doesn't allow for change too much. And the thing with that is that you have fucking hundreds of thousands of people going to, well, not going to, they could go to different churches or whatever, how it works in the metaverse, but have hundreds of thousands of people that are attending a sermon that is the same across all these churches. And the sermon is pushing a certain set of ideas, certain set of, morals and all that shit. And it's going out to hundreds of thousands of people. There's no diversity, and it allows for, it just allows for more ease of manipulation, right? Like, let's say that there's a branch of Muslim churches or some shit, and it's, actually being ran by, say, like the fucking Kremlin. The Kremlin fucking set up this, like, church group, and they set up all these fucking churches on the metaverse, and, there's legitimate Muslims, good people that are going to these churches. And, thing is, let's say that fucking church owner has ulterior motives. It's a lot easier for them to push that. It's a lot easier to control their people.
In what way, though, and how?
So, say
like via the metaverse.
Via metaverse? Well, thing is, again, with churches in real life, you have people from the local community controlling it. They still have, like, some guidelines, some set of curriculum, like the Bible or whatever, to follow, and whatever gets pushed to them through the Vatican. But they still have control, and the curriculum and stuff kind of adapts and allows for change. Whereas, say, on the metaverse, where it's ultimately all controlled by one company, one organization or whatever, say Catholic churches with the Vatican's going to have direct overreach to every little fucking church on the Facebook metaverse, because realistically, they're not going to, set up churches for fucking different counties in the country and fucking different jurisdictions across the world.
But how are the religions going to affect each other?
Well, they could push a lot more, like, hateful ideas and shit. And it's not just like, hey, like, you need to hate these people. They'll start, like, demonizing somebody of another religion or whatever, which, they already do, right? But it's going to
basically like talk, but it's going to be in the metaverse as well, which is, it's basically just going to be fucking Facebook.
The thing is the reason why we got to where we're at with the Catholic Church now is that the idea of acceptance on some level was pushed by different churches in different areas. They didn't have their curriculum strictly oversaw. It's not like the Vatican was able to keep an eye on every single church and what they were saying every Sunday. It's not like they get a printed out script. Whereas in the metaverse, the Vatican could control all the Catholic churches within the Facebook metaverse. Doesn't matter how many they are. They could pump out the same sermon, the same live stream to each fucking church every weekend. They oversee the content directly. So it doesn't allow for... It only allows for the Vatican's ideas and their set of guidelines and all that shit. It doesn't allow for, I don't know what the word I'm looking for here is, but when you have hundreds of thousands of people getting the exact same sermon every day, there's some ulterior motives being pushed into those sermons. Well, instead of just like a few hundred people that are attending that shit, some hateful shit, you now have several 100,000 people attending that.
So what is the point in doing anything with NFTs anyways? Like, then what's the point? Like
NFTs, they're complete fucking scam.
Well, no, obviously, but that's what the metaverse is going to consist of. It's just NFTs.
Well, the metaverse is like...
The metaverse, like, buying into the metaverse is getting... Yeah, it'd just be like a NFT island.
Non-fungible tokens.
Like, think of fucking Habbo Hotel. Like
virtual property. That's how NFTs tied into the metaverse. And the thing is like NFTs outside metaverse.
Are they going to be combined, though?
Well, NFTs in the metaverse are... NFTs are non-fungible tokens.
Yes.
So basically, like, you know, someone can create a unique piece of artwork, make an NFT, and then, like, if you own that NFT, then it's uniquely yours. The thing is, though, with that, it's fucking bullshit. It's saw a meme online the internet the other day of this dude taking a fucking photo of their like their fucking photo capture on a roller coaster at the booth, and the dude's just like trying to fucking cover it up with his hands and shit. That's what NFTs are. They're complete bullshit. But within the Facebook metaverse, they're like, the idea of NFTs are virtual property. So you're not going to be able to, like, really, I mean, there's not going to be much of a point of replicating a fucking house or some stupid shit that you buy on metaverse, outside of metaverse, because, you know, you'd have to create a whole, like, second, like, fucking platform and have all these servers and shit. Yeah, it'd be fucking pointless. I don't know. I think the main concern, though, with metaverse is that, like, the level of immersion with Facebook is plenty, as we've seen. The level of immersion is enough to create mass manipulation. It's already happened. I mean, in our fucking country, everybody's gone to either far left or far right. There's not really much in between anymore. It's because of fucking manipulation through social media, fucking pushing people further and further to the left side or to the right side. And the thing is like, the immersion with Facebook is clearly already proven to be bad enough to allow such mass manipulation with ease. The last thing we need to do is make it even more immersive and, you know, more easy to manipulate masses. Like, it's just not.
And that's like, I mean, that's our opinion, but they're going to do it anyways, bud.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. I mean, yeah, and I mean, like, maybe
not the copy and paste, but, you know.
Well, the thing that terrifies me with Facebook is I'm afraid that they're going to start, like, fucking, they've got ways to make cheap fucking VR headsets that you put your phone into and it works as a VR headset. My fear is that they're going to be like, oh, you know, sign up fucking, you know, if you spend $5 on, you know, metaverse, some shit, we'll send you a free VR headset. That fucking enables mass adoption. And then, you know, your grandma, you think it's bad that she's like buying into this rage bait fucking meme saying, oh, yeah, fucking, this fucking Bill Gates are trying to fucking, you know, eliminate the world population with this vaccine and all that shit. Like, you think it's bad enough there. Imagine her going to churches where they're fucking spewing that kind of bullshit. Yeah. Like, it really allows for a whole nother level of manipulation that we haven't fucking seen. I mean, imagine if fucking Hitler, you know, was around today, even before metaverse. Imagine that shit. Like, he thought his ability to manipulate masses was bad back then, when all they had were fucking poster boards and radio stations and shit. Imagine if that motherfucker had access to Facebook, bro. Jesus, you know how many people would be fucking Nazis? And it's not just like, it's like what fucking Alex Jones does to get people to buy into his conspiracies. It starts with a grain of truth, and then it goes down a rabbit hole from there. It's just manipulation. So I think it'll get a lot worse when the immersion value capability or whatever grows. And VR is kind of like the end point for that. Not the end point. I mean, it could get to the point where we fucking like upload our brains into a cloud server like San Junipero or whatever.
Yeah, well, that's kind of like what it's working to, isn't it? I mean, it's far off, but it's getting close to, it's getting closer than it was.
And what about the people that don't want to participate in that?
Get casted out. I don't know. I mean, I think eventually, like, it basically be like, what's that one fucking movie about VR?
Fucking Ready Player One or whatever.
Yeah. So that's kind of like, I don't know. I mean,
I don't know.
That movie is kind of ahead of its time, I guess, historically. But
I hope it doesn't get that extreme.
I hope not either. But though that's long run.
I think the fact of the matter is that for the people who don't want to be a part of it are going to be left at some sort of advantage. Like, look these days with kids fucking having iPhones. There's a very good argument. I don't even think it's an argument. I think it's a fact that because of short-term dopamine release and all that shit, kids shouldn't have phones. Kids really shouldn't even have like fucking screens, period.
Yeah.
Because it fucks with their reward mechanism, fucks with their motivation, all that shit when they're most plastic. That's when their brain's forming. That's like, so you're conditioning these neural pathways to say, oh, why should I go and fucking read a full book, something that's going to have like long-term gratification, when I can just hop on my phone, watch a YouTube video, get that short-term gratification. But the thing is if you don't, if your kid's at a certain age and a certain grade level, they're going to be at a disadvantage by not having a fucking smartphone or whatever, because all their other friends have one. They're going to, probably increases their chances of getting bullied. They're not going to feel as connected in the world, all that shit. So there's disadvantages to it. So what about, in the future when fucking VR, metaverse, all that shit really takes off, what kind of disadvantages are going to be created for the people that don't want to be a part of it? Fucking, like, say jobs, like, fuck, man, why have anybody working in an office when you have a virtual office? Yeah. The thing with working remote is that there's still schooling too. It's like, it's a 2D fucking screen. It's completely different than sitting in a lecture room where you can raise your hand, ask questions. There's just that dimensional aspect to it that is like a hindrance with remote shit now. That kind of breaks down when you introduce VR, because you can have a fucking college in a lecture room, in virtual reality, where you can do the exact same shit that you could in real life in VR. And so, like, disadvantages, what if a lot of jobs, it's a virtual workspace or whatever, and you don't want to be a part of that? Well, you're not going to get that job.
Well, now I know what Mom meant by when she said, get off the fucking video games. If only we listened to her then. Oh, Jesus.
Bro, I had a great fucking debate with my neighbor about this, because I don't remember exactly how it came up. Oh, fuck. We were talking about discipline. Our definitions of discipline. My definition of discipline is a little bit more like Taoist. It's not like the Western form, which is like discipline. I feel like it's almost like punishment, behavioral correction, which, I mean, sure, you can label that, but to me, discipline means like a skill, like an art form, like, say playing piano. That's a discipline. It's a discipline to be able to play piano well. It's a discipline to be able to draw well. So I don't know. It was a whole debate, and eventually fell into like how he disciplines his kids for. And his example, he's just like, if I bought my daughter a guitar, his daughter is young. It was like 6, 7. If I bought my daughter a guitar, and she falls out of it a week later and she's like choosing her iPad over her guitar, I'm going to take away the iPad and tell her to play guitar for like an hour.
Okay.
And that kind of struck a chord with me, because when I was younger, it was the TV, not the iPad. My parents bought me a guitar as a perfect example. Whenever they shut off the TV and told me I could have the TV back after I played guitar for an hour, that didn't make me want to play guitar. I picked up the guitar because it was something I had a possible passion or interest in. But when you take away something that has such short-term gratification in the middle of me doing it, I'm only going to go and play guitar so I can get my TV back.
Yeah.
That doesn't teach me the long-term rewards of me being able to learn to play guitar well, and that it's like, the reward is fluid self-expression. So it's shit like that like it conditioned my mind, where like now, even if I don't have that factor, I don't have somebody taking, short-term gratification shit away from me. I can go play guitar whenever I want. I can play it while I'm watching TV. That motivation just really isn't there. Because I never learned that long-term gratification. I learned basically by my parents turning off the TV and telling me to go play guitar, me only playing guitar to get the TV back. It kind of conditioned my pathways, my motivational circuits to go after short-term rewards.
So after like technology grows, and so basically you're saying as it grew, things got worse.
Yeah, I would say
you say the two are definitely connected, of course. Like the concept.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, fucking, I don't know. I think you can't
I don't think there's really, I don't know.
There's no answer for it because you
Yeah.
can't just remove screens and shit. And the thing is like my parents and every other parent that does that kind of thing, you know, they take away the iPad or whatever, tell their kid, go play sax, go read, go draw. They're doing the best they can. They don't know any better. And you can't just take screens out of the house anymore.
And as technology grows and we get newer and fucking more advanced shit, as we get all that stuff, it seems to get gradually worse and worse.
Yeah.
We're getting to this metaverse and things are still fucked. Like the concept of the two ideas, like being involved in each other is. I'm sorry, I don't know if that's really deep or not, but I'm really fucking stoned. So.
No, it is a thing. I mean, the reason why technology evolves is to the way that these phones and shit grab our attention, the way that they work, the way that they're able to sell things, the reason why social media succeeds. It's all about advertising. They want to get your attention. How do they do that? Short-term gratification. It's, you get notifications all day long, and they are monitoring which notifications will get you to open up your phone screen and go to the app the fastest. So it's all about, color profiles and shit, and like just fucking wording and all that shit. It's all manipulation to get your attention. How do they get your attention? By giving you that short-term dopamine release right then and there. Whatever gives you the most dopamine the quickest is what you're going to pay attention to. That's what these whole things are built around. So I don't know, going back to the kid thing, I don't know the answer, but I feel like what would have worked well for me is if you can't make a guitar as short term, playing guitar, you can't get that short term reward. You can't make it a short term reward that even like compares to an iPad. It's just not possible. But you can incentivize it. You could try to get the kid to understand, be like, hey, long term, like this is going to pay off more for you. It's going to make you enjoy life a little bit more. That you can't really get a kid to understand that. That's just not how their brains work. They don't have that level of depth of understanding or knowledge at that age. But what you can do is try to incentivize the guitar more. So, my opinion, like, if you learn to play guitar with them, or like you already do something well that they want to learn, like impress them with it, show them how cool it is, get them inspired, play guitar with them, show them cool songs that on the guitar and all of that. Just incentivize them to go and play guitar more in that case. Don't take away an iPad, tell them to go play the guitar, because guess what? That's conditioning. It's not the intention. Parents have good intentions when they do that, but it's conditioning their brain to go and play guitar to go and get their iPad back, which is ultimately conditioning motivational circuits to be more motivated for short-term release, which, that's a tough one, but it's definitely getting worse as technology evolves because, they want your life to be more intertwined with that shit. And how do they do it? They get you to spend more time on it. How do they get you to spend more time on it? They make it more and more gratifying, more and more rewarding. Rewarding in terms of dopamine release, there's not much reward in, fucking seeing your friends doing all this fun, cool shit on Instagram or Snapchat while you're sitting at home, fucking being bummed that you're not living their life. But it's the notification that draws you into that, for one, that little ding ding, the colors of the app, all of it. It's that actual dopamine release that they've learned how to manipulate so goddamn well. And advertisers have been doing that since like the 50s.
So what? Now that that's a thing, everybody's just become fucking brain dead. They're just getting.
No, I think it's just harder to get away from. I think it's a lot harder because, like advertising and shit on TV, you weren't in front of the TV all day. You didn't have a TV in your pocket. You didn't, like, your phone, you got to have a phone on you. It's very hard to live without a smartphone these days. We've gotten used to having navigation, MP3. Essentially, like, imagine now if we didn't have smartphones. So you'd have a fucking GPS in your car. You would have an MP3 player. You would have a fucking, a physical calendar. You would have all that shit. Whereas now, it's just it's all on your phone. Like
Yeah.
you are at a severe disadvantage if you don't have a smartphone these days. So there's not as much disconnect. Whereas, you know, back in the day, it's just TVs, news stations, all that shit. You'd step away from that.
I mean,
But
like,
now you're connected 24/7 and you're manipulatable pretty much anytime that, you know, a tech company, advertisement company, whatever the fuck, you know, social media platform, you're manipulatable whenever they want. You're
I know.
available whenever they want.
now when lost my fucking train of thought. Sorry.
It's marijuana, so I kind of want a gummy.
I'm fucking stoned.
Dude, let me fucking pause that shit so I can go grab a little bit of a gummy. Oh, wait, no, I got them right here. Perfect.
I gotta go to bed soon. I hope you know that. Like, we
Time
can't
is
be
it?
up all. It's 9:35.
All right, yeah. Well, I'll bug you here at 10, hard 10. I'll get home by like 11:30. That's good.
Wasn't technology supposed to help us?
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah. I mean, but the thing is all this shit's advancing, right?
Mm-hmm.
To an extreme point.
Yeah.
We still haven't found the cure for fucking cancer or AIDS or anything like that.
It's not important. Well, it's not important.
But I thought, wasn't medicine the thing that carried technology?
Well, it's a double-edged sword with the internet specifically, right? Because the positive end of it, you know, how fucking expensive was it to call somebody that was overseas? Still is expensive. I work at a telco. I can tell you it's very goddamn expensive.
Mhm. That's why they made
Whereas-
WhatsApp.
Yeah, exactly. The internet. I mean, shit, even on an infrastructural level, you know, stock trading wouldn't be what it is now. Research has grown exponentially. You know, universities can now communicate each other across the world. I mean, like the whole coronavirus thing, like we're able to learn about the coronavirus. We know a lot about it at the time we learned about it because of the internet communication, global communication, instant in seconds. So, you know, it's the fucking same thing with like bank wire transfers, just banking networks, fucking research networks, all that shit. It's great. It's added a lot of benefit to our society. Like actual fucking fungible shit that we can see in our daily lives. The other end of it, yeah, it's like what I was talking about. Like, imagine if fucking Hitler was around the day and age of Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's a huge double-edged sword. It's something that we needed, but at the same time, it's fucking ruining us as
We're growing,
a species.
but it's growing faster in the wrong areas of technology.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, our society as it is, even without fucking smartphones and the internet and all that, just even like fucking the apartment building that I live in, fucking, you know, fucking 20 units per floor, 11 stories, it's a fuck ton of people. Whereas like we are still, our evolution is at the level of like tribes and shit. You know, where we had a tribe, we'd grow deep bonds with people because they weren't going to go anywhere. They didn't have, you know, we didn't have fucking planes, trains, and cars up until like 1920s. So people were more prone to fix, you know, they're more prone, let me put it this way, in layman's terms, idiots' terms, they're more likely to hash out beefs with people. They're more likely to just have better relationships in general because the tribe that you're born with is the tribe that you got now.
Yeah.
Then come, you know, trains, planes, and cars, all that shit, which, you know, we weren't really evolved for, but we're starting to get there a little bit. But now the internet's a whole nother fucking level, and that's evolving at the speed of light. So, like, we have evolved clearly in, like, some sort of level because we created all this shit. We've evolved intellectually, but not, like, emotionally and socially and all that shit. Yeah, it's not good, and it's evolving even more, and yeah, it's not good, bro. We're not meant for this shit, but yet here we are. Adapt or die.
God. And it's all for cash, too. It's all for money.
That's always for money. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say like lizard people kind of shit, 'cause that's not a thing.
I don't think so.
But there are the richest people in the world, and they are the ones who ultimately, I mean, it's corporations and governments. They are ultimately the ones who are in control. There's not there's a very skewed power distribution across the entire world. The power and wealth is held by companies and governments and corporations and governments.
Well, another word for lizard people is upper class. So
yeah, 1% or whatever. But it's not like they're fucking Illuminati. You know, like the whole thing with the Bohemian. You know about that Bohemian Grove?
Yeah. Is that the big owl god fucking thing? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. And they're not doing anything retardedly shady, like sacrificing human bodies or anything stupid like that. They're going up there.
I don't know, dude. It looks like a Klan meeting.
They
over
do
there.
some
That's
really
pretty shady.
dumb.
That's pretty shady.
Yeah, they do some really stupid fraternity shit. It's very fucking edgy,
That's
retarded shit.
old.
But
that just goes to show like how like strong that fucking
yeah, well, they're not going there and like fucking talking about like huge underground tunnels that they're gonna go live in after they nuke the fucking world or some shit. No, they're going in there and they're talking about like fucking policies and shit that they want to pass. It's not lizard people shit, but it's definitely like keep people beneath us so that we can stay on top. And that's the problem when you have that wealth and power inequality. It's distributed among people who were born into it. Just corporations and governments. Whatever they push, whatever they do is to make sure that they stay that way. Because if it was equally distributed, then they wouldn't have a fuck ton of cash. They wouldn't have all the power that they do, and they want to keep that. The problem is that the CEOs of Twitter, Facebook, all that, they're 1%ers, so they have an agenda that they want to put, and they do push to make sure that they stay where they're at, and they stay comfy, and we not serve them directly. I don't think they're going to like kill us all off, leave like 10% of the population to serve them, but they're going to do whatever they can to make sure that they stay in power so that they have most of the money.
Do you think the upper class grows or it declines as years go by? Like in like quantity of people considered in the upper class?
I think it's dynamic. However, the upper class, not a lot of people break into it. Like, you say, like, fucking Jeff Bezos or whatever. Like, that kind of shit is very few and far between. The upper class is going to stay among the upper class. Yeah, they're going to reproduce. They're going to have kids and all that shit. But people that, aren't
so the concept
born into it.
Of sort of like, because I'm not a communist. All right, this is going to sound really fucking communist. But the idea that everybody can just be happy, old, 50s, 40s, just really just like old school shit. Like, fuck, I'm so stoned. I had a great point. Buddy. Fuck.
I think what's beautiful about that point was that I think there was a glamorization of those time periods when in reality, you still had the 1% or whatever.
Yeah, where everybody could basically just be equal, happy. That subdivision. Like you see in like a Cat in the Hat or fucking.
I think it's even worse then, bro. You still had segregation. Fucking, if you're a white and male, then you were on top.
Oh my God, you had to bring segregation into it now.
Well, that's just the point.
But that's not. But what the point that I'm trying to get across is that, like, do you think that fantasy, everybody's happy, like that one movie with what's his face? His Life is Fake. It's a TV show.
The Norman Show or whatever. Fucking
the Truman Show.
It's Truman Show.
Yeah. So the Truman Show. It's do you think anything could ever be like that? Like, but really, like total peace.
No, I don't think it's possible. No.
Maybe like not even within a country, like not within the USA, or if anything, Canada is probably a little closer. But
I think it's impossible on a logistical scale with how big our population is, the global population. I don't think it's possible. I think, look, don't get me wrong, like communism. Fucking Marxism, it looks great on paper, don't get me wrong, but when implemented, fucking fails every time. Look at Russia, look at fucking China, like all that shit. I think there are good socialistic ideas that work well. I mean, we see it work in democracies. I think socialism, that term has been demonized. I mean, it's proven that it's been demonized by right-wing fucking think tanks. Because it doesn't support the right's ideas. But socialism, I think, in a lot of aspects, a lot of ideas are very good, and they're almost essential to a democracy and a good functioning society. again, not communism, getting into the differences of the two. It's a long fucking topic, which we don't have time for. But socialism, well, let me give you an idea of a socialistic idea. Free healthcare. That works pretty goddamn well in every country that has free healthcare. They're not in huge fucking debt deficits because of it, all that shit. Same thing with free education. People that have a good educational system are people that come out on top. I mean, like, fucking look at the United States. Our educational system has been shit for like 50 years now, and we're very quickly losing our way as a superpower. It's a global superpower. And it's because we're pumping out a bunch of fucking idiots.
Bunch of dopamine.
Yeah, a bunch of dopamine. I mean, that was kind of part of the plan, but it's backfired a little bit.
Yeah, it does seem like it has.
Yeah, because, like 50 years ago, we were trying to pump out idiots who would be okay with working menial jobs, assembling cars at factories and shit. And then guess what? Oh, corporations found a cheaper place to go and do that.
Like everybody's shooting at us, and now we're just shooting at each other.
Yeah. I don't know. I think there's a lot of value in some socialistic ideas, but I think they're. Anyways, fucking going back to the situation since we're short on time. After fucking the fleas, yeah. So I was like, we can either go and jump in the pool and fucking hope that gets all of them, or we're gonna run in my place. We're gonna go fucking shower right away. So we looked it up. Fleas can survive in water for a very long time, so that wasn't much of an option. So you're like, all right, let's go shower. Soap. Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, we did use that in the shower, but fucking so we fucking get back to my place and we're like, all right, let's go hop in the shower. Here's strip ass naked, fucking showered ass naked together. Nice. Did that twice.
Oh,
yeah,
it's great. Any hanky panky while you're in there?
Oh, first time I tried making a move, buddy boy.
I got your pickle slapped.
I went in for a kiss and it wasn't like a hard rejection, like what the fuck are you doing? But it was like a fucking dog rejection, like boop on the nose, bad Danny. Like, oh,
damn, that sucks,
yeah, bro. I don't know. It's fucking conflicting because
the blue balls, man. Like,
that's the thing. You know what? I'm kind of okay with not having sex because it's just like,
no, but that's a fucking tease though. It's different. The when you can avoid sex, like some people we know. You can avoid sex and shit like that, but I
think it's made my life a lot simpler because I'll tell you what, I'm not even.
Well, when you're being teased, it sucks, doesn't it?
Yeah, but the thing is with sex is it creates more emotions, or it creates more. I don't know. Let me put it this way:
for guys, yeah, but for the females, no.
I don't know.
I don't think they're that way.
Let me put it this way: I've got more fucking trouble. I've done a lot of shit.
You're not a simp, right?
No.
Okay.
No, but
sure. I just want to make sure you're not on a leash with a gimp mask or anything. I know this
I've gotten in more trouble with sex than I have with fucking drugs, gambling, alcohol, any of that shit.
Yeah.
Anything.
Yeah.
Never. I've been a lot. Fucking sex has put me in worse emotional states than anything else I just mentioned that are I'm traditionally bad.
I'm 10 months sober.
Yeah.
It's great.
You're stoned as shit. Oh, you're 10 months fucking no pussy.
Yeah.
I got you. I'm about the same, almost a year. Well, actually, no. We're not going to publish this for real.
No, we definitely are. Let's go.
Oh, well.
This is great.
I may or may not have had a threesome with you.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's a gangbang.
Yeah. I was drunk as shit. I don't know. A couple months ago.
You said may or may not.
I was drunk as shit, and he was like, yo, I have this girl over. And I was like, I know. So I was like, oh, fuck it. It's been a while.
Oh, damn.
It was there. I was like, yo, can I go fuck this girl or what? And he was like, yeah. I went to that was a whole story on its own. But besides that,
what?
Yeah, but other than that, I've been abstinent. Fucking,
you can't just get away.
I fucking no. That was a whole thing. It was wild. It was weird.
Pull out game strong.
Actually, no, it wasn't weird. Everything's good with me and but I mean, I don't know. It was just after a certain point, I was just like,
so you just stop there. You don't.
I didn't bust a nut. I had my fun. I was like, all right, I'm tired. Y'all finish off. I'm good. I'm done.
Christ.
Yeah.
Was she hot?
Yeah, she's okay.
Ooh.
She's traditionally hot. Like
enough to gangbang with.
Yeah, well, most people think she's like an 8 or a 9, but I'm not into traditionally hot girls.
True.
I like unique.
No offense.
Yeah, no, that's fine. The point is, though, is like I think me not having sex has been pretty good because I've been some fucking awful mental places worrying that I may have gotten someone pregnant. I got an STD, any of that kind of shit. I've gotten more trouble with sex than I have anything else that would normally get a person in deep shit.
Sucks. You got herpes now. That's right.
Thankfully, I don't. I was fucking dude, the amount of fucking... God, dude, I fucked a fucking stripper. Unwrapped, bro.
Oh,
that was terrible.
Oh, you told me about that.
Yeah. I fucking left my hat.
You were getting ready for her to move in.
I left my fucking hat at her house. One of my favorite hats. I left it at her house. I went back to go grab it, and she pulled out like 4 other people's hats, and she's like, "Which one was yours again?" And I was like, "I don't care. I'm leaving." I was just like, that just hit me. I was just like, "Oh my god, holy shit! I'm not the first one to sleep with her unwrapped. I don't have an STD."
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm so
I haven't
proud of
gotten
you.
tested, but my pee doesn't burn on any bumps.
I mean,
so.
we've been taking bets.
Yeah,
Just playing.
Well, yeah, I'm fucking.
I'm playing.
But with I'm cool with not fucking because it's just like that created a lot of fucking pain between us with you know the shit that happened. But yeah, so that was fine. But it's conflicting. Going back to what we were talking about, it's conflicting because it's just like. She says shit like, I'm her one solid person. I'm still the only person that she would ever, like, raise a family with or have kids with and all that shit. And there's times where she's, like, affectionate. Like, I'll be on the couch. She'll just be like, hey, you've been on the couch all day. Come here. And, like, she'll, like, want to fucking cuddle with me. But the past, like, 3 or 4 weeks, it's not, like, been like that too much at all. It sucks. It's, like, conflicting. She'll, like, I don't know. I thought maybe she was in love with, me and her lady lover. I don't know anymore. Because, again, she just says conflicting shit like that. Like, we're one solid and we connect on a level that she doesn't connect with anybody else with. And, I feel the same. But it's, and it's just like, she'll, talk about or some shit. Oh, shit. Lady lover. Yeah, you can't broadcast that, but fucking. Cut it. But yeah, she'll just like get distant shit, and it's just like she'll still do shit. It kind of like justifies me letting her stay with me. Like she sleeps in my bed, cuddling or not. It's nice to have a warm body in bed. But she'll cook food. She'll clean up, not as much as she has been, but she'll clean. She cooks. She cleans, that kind of shit. She makes sure that taking care of myself. It's nice. It's like an accountability thing.
Yeah.
She kind of pushes me to be my best self in a lot of ways. I don't know. It's conflicting. I don't know what to do.
Well, as long as you're happy, man. I know it's a little bit of both worlds, but
I don't know if I am. I was. It wasn't affecting me emotionally, but I'm wondering if it is now. Because, like, I don't know. Yesterday, or was it this morning? I think it was yesterday. I, like, reached over to, like, go and spoon her. And I don't, like, touch her tits. I don't fucking do anything inappropriate. But she was just like, she like pushed me away and she's like, you can wrap your arm around like my waist, but it's like you go around my chest, and you're like kind of fucking touching my tits and it just like doesn't feel okay. And it's like, I'm not like fucking grabbing her boob or anything. It's not even about the tits. It's just fucking like trying to hold her. I don't know.
So what do
Something
you get,
about that kind of made me.
What do you get out of this, bud?
Well, what
release of dopamine makes you feel like you need to like you have to do all this shit and deal
I
with
don't have to do a deal. I don't feel like I have to do this shit. And I honestly don't feel like I'm doing much. I mean, she like crashes at my place, but it's
this
not
is
like
because
I'm
you
feeding
love
her.
dude.
The thing is, all right, let me put it this way. The thing with that's really fucking difficult for me is that I don't believe in soulmates and all that shit. I think it's really fucking stupid. But
you of all people don't believe in soulmates.
No, but there is a chemistry aspect, right? Because I've had girls that were much better on almost every aspect, better fit for me in almost every way. But there just wasn't that. I don't know. There wasn't that connection. Like when I first saw Phoebes.
So how do you connect with somebody that you Are you saying just having things in common, or are you saying
No, it's like a chemical way. It's an indescribable way. Because, like, look at fucking, remember that chick, right?
Miller?
Chick that I met up in, no, chick that I met in Tampa at a concert.
Yeah.
Yeah, super smart girl. Fucking talk philosophy with her and all
Oh, yeah,
that
yeah,
shit.
that girl.
She fucking liked playing Hitman. I showed her Hitman. She loved it. All that shit. Like, we, like, on fucking paper, checked off all the boxes. Great fit for Danny. Better than on a compatibility. But there's just something, like, chemical-wise that wasn't there. Like, I don't know.
Pheromones or
I don't know.
like
I don't know what it is.
I don't know, man.
There wasn't, like, because wasn't pretty when I first met her. She was a little bit overweight. She, like, wore a beanie. She wasn't conventionally pretty. But when I met her, there's still, like, first time I saw her, it wasn't like, oh, that's one or whatever. But it was just like, no, like, it was like, there's something about that girl. She looks fucking weird. There's something about her. Like, there's just something that, like, just right then and there.
Well, in terms of destiny, that
I don't think that's the thing. I think there's chemicals. I don't know. There's like,
well, it all leads to one place, bud.
Yeah. Which is,
well, whatever your fucking end of your destiny is, like where you belong in the end. Like,
I think there's destiny
that's all
because that
along the
like
way.
means like fate or whatever.
Basically fate, and I know you don't really believe in that. And
I don't.
And I don't know. As I grow older, I guess I have like this. I don't know, this knight in shining armor, medieval, my destiny. Fucking let's go. You know that this is what I'm meant to do.
It's very romantic.
But yeah. So I have this romantic idea of now that I grow older of destiny, and it's I don't know. It's a little more driving, if anything. Like becoming less woke, I guess, is better.
I have a hard time buying into it. I mean, it's just
but that's what I'm saying. Is like I know the way that your brain works, you know, and I know that.
Well, there are chemicals though, right? And like whenever you're looking for a mate, I mean, we're not like actively, but passively, like, you know, whenever you see somebody with like a certain like facial bone structure, you know, you could find them attractive and somebody else won't. It's because that is like biologically, like in your head, that is what will like produce a good outcome for your children. It's also a chemical thing, right? Like the reason why pheromones and all that shit is a thing is for mating, because with pheromones, science has proven actually that like the reason why some people's pheromones will draw us in, vice versa, is because it is a immune system kind of indicator. So it's just like this person has immunities to certain things that you don't have immunities to. So that like helps ensure the continuation of the species. You know?
So instead of like following like intellectually, I guess, instead of like using your brain, you're pretty much using your heart with these pheromones.
Well, that's what it is. The thing is that
like, cause me, like I could never put up with that. You know, like I could, even though I did though, but now I couldn't even put up with that. And I guess you haven't really reached my level of getting over somebody.
Yeah. Well, it's hard because like with
you have so much time together though.
That
you guys
too,
were like
yeah.
fucking kids.
Even before we had the time though, I'm not holding people up to standards, but even before we had the time, it's like that, just this unspoken connection, which I think is like,
is it your?
I think
your
it's biological.
No, it's biological.
Well, biological in the sense of like when people say chemistry, it's just hormones. It's just all stuff that is biologically wired in you to find the best.
What about
mate.
Experience and memories and things like that?
Oh, that adds to it too. It adds a fuck ton to it. But even before those were established with, it was. So what, I just haven't connected with a chick right off the bat like I did with her. Like something about it. Like when we first like talked, we'd like just dove into a really deep conversation, talked for hours, and we're talking about like just shit. I don't know. And the thing is like,
is it kind of how like dogs know? Sorry, this is gonna sound probably stupid, but isn't it kind of like how dogs know their owners, like they by their smell mostly, because they barely see? But is that the type of pheromones you're talking about?
Yeah, I think so.
There's no spiritual, you know, like I love this girl, not spiritual, but more of a like, you know, the reason why I was with was because, you know, it was like
Maybe it is spiritual. Maybe it's fucking
Like
spiritual.
it's the experience.
Dogs,
I don't
too.
know. It was like the experiences that is what was making me cling on. You know,
Yeah.
and as
Well,
they
when people
genuinely
go and get a dog, I mean, there's plenty of people who don't aim to go and get a dog, but they go to the pound or something just to like, say volunteer or some shit. Some people who never were gonna get a dog and volunteer at a pound, they have like one fucking dog that just like they just connected with, unlike they have any other dog, and they're just like, well, fuck, I'm taking that dog home. Like,
But is it pheromones? Is it memories? Is it likes? Is it like because the TVs don't produce pheromones. So,
No, they
but
don't.
but as you grow older, like you start
There's
to like things and things
some
like that.
sort of, I think.
Like the hobbies you take, and why you take those hobbies. We're going really deep.
Well,
into
you know
this,
that
and I'm sorry,
like,
but I'm
not
super
a
fucking
religious
stoned.
person. I have a hard time accepting things that don't have a logical explanation.
Well, they're in your brain, so it's logical.
Yeah, well, I mean, we don't understand why we might be like very, very
And you don't
attracted to
think
a
it's
certain person that other people aren't attracted to, but a lot of it could be chalked up to like, say, hormones, just chemistry type of shit. But maybe there is something beyond it on like some sort of
Like your fucking
metaphysical, some sort of metaphysical, bond beyond what we can perceive kind of thing going on.
Basically, our conscious, conscious.
Because pheromones and fucking, biological, like trying to find the best mate or whatever doesn't count with dogs.
Yeah.
Pretty fucking sick if it did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't. There's no way it could. So maybe it is something beyond what we know. But what I do know is that the reason why I don't want to say latch on, but like cling on to I'm cutting her out or whatever is because it's just that it's that connection. Don't know what it is exactly, but it is stronger. Granted, there is memories and all that shit that add to that, which I do consider. I'm not like fucking completely, I don't go
just
full
saying
retard.
she just smells nice.
Yeah. But fucking like just when I first met her, like if I try to remember unbiasedly and all that shit, I just had some sort of fucking naturally just very deep connection with her on a lot of levels and aspects that I never had right off the bat with anybody else. Friends, family, fucking girlfriends, any of that shit. And
so no matter of fate or any concept like that is you
I don't really believe in it.
You don't?
No, I don't.
Well, with all that shit, everything you just said, you can't say there's no idea of fate.
I don't believe in it. I'm not going to say that I know it exists or it doesn't fucking exist. But I mean, it's like fucking, what do you call it? Fucking black matter, black energy or whatever.
Dark matter?
Dark matter. We're pretty sure it exists, but we don't have any proof of it yet.
What the fuck is dark matter?
I don't even fucking know. Also beyond me.
Dude, I don't even.
But yeah, bro. It's just like the connection. Like for example, fucking, we were like listening to music one night or some shit, and she was just like out of nowhere, is like, "Hey, you remember that one rap song that we discovered in fucking 2017? Just came out of nowhere, played on Spotify. Just that's it. No lyrics, no beat, no anything to jog my memory. But somehow I knew exactly what the fuck she was talking about. Really? I knew exactly what the fuck she was talking about. And I went, it fucking took me an hour, but I eventually found the song and I played it and I was just like, that's it, isn't it? She's like, yeah, that's fucking it. And that shit, you can't put a price on it. That's just an example, like a fucking like
Of
situational example of that connection.
So, but there's no, I'm going to keep repeating it. There's no destiny or fate that you think that could possibly be attached
put
to.
on fucking...
You ever, like, the deja vu concept, you know what I'm talking about? Like,
this is my view on it, though I acknowledge that there is a little bit more to it, because that's been my experience with Phoebe and not finding it with somebody else yet. I'd like to think it's out there. I'm going to keep searching.
Of course.
Yeah.
Tinder swiping, baby.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. My favorite fucking quote about love. Listen, Morty, I hate to break it to you, but what people call love is just a chemical reaction that compels animals to breed. It hits hard, Morty. Then it slowly fades, leaving you stranded in a failing marriage. I did it. Your parents are going to do it. Break the cycle. Rise above, focus on science. Yeah. I think, yeah. Yep.
Yep.
I think that's a very resonant quote. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. I can't, I don't think, the inexplicable connections that you have with people right off the bat. I mean, you're not going to bond with people you don't click with.
Well, exactly, but that has nothing to do with pheromones either.
No, of course, because you're my buddy. We fucking clicked right off the bat.
Yeah, but was that because of pheromones or was that because of...
I don't know what it is.
So no idea of fate or destiny, once again, is located in any of this?
I think...
I mean, I'm not trying to, like, Jehovah's Witness you right now.
No. I think that's just too mystical. I'd like to think that there's an explanation that we don't know. Because, like, why did we click when we didn't know much about each other? We just had a vibe. We were able to, we got along well before we even knew what each other's interests, morals, ethics, all that shit were.
But why did we vibe and get along?
Yeah, why did we click in the first place? I don't know. I'd like to think there's got to be some sort of logical explanation that we just don't have yet.
I guess it's like why some people like horror movies and why I guess that's looking too deep, but
yeah, well, I don't think it's as simple as that because that's an interest, that's a like, that's a preference.
Well,
of
we
consumption.
also have a lot of different interests as well. Some similar, but like I don't know. But
I've clicked really well, met really cool people that I just clicked well with off the bat, had awesome conversations with. That turns out they're fucking Trumpers and they support a lot of fucked up shit. But I still click with them. I vibe with them. So
I guess it's a matter of relatability. But that also goes back to experiences.
Because the clicks. It's the clicks. When you meet somebody and just fucking, you don't know shit about them, but for some reason y'all just hit it off right off the bat. Yeah, it's clicks. I don't know, like, friends, like, opposite sex, people that you don't have, sexual attraction to. I don't know what exactly what causes that click.
It's pretty fucking interesting right now.
It is. Yeah, I wish we knew more, but I think it's too easy to just chalk it up to like fate or destiny or whatever.
Did you watch that new movie with Leonardo DiCaprio in it?
The Sky is Falling or whatever.
Don't Look Up.
Don't Look Up. Yeah, pretty cynical.
A fucking good fucking movie.
It wasn't bad. Paints a pretty cynical view on humanity. It does. It does.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I thought it was entertaining, but I was like, damn, fucking shit. I thought I was cynical, but as long as I don't stoop to this level of retardation, I'm okay.
Yeah, but aren't you worried everybody else around you is?
No, if you go on Facebook...
Was that sarcastic?
No, I mean, you go on Facebook and you're going to see a lot of fucking idiots. But I mean, it's just like, look at this. Like, how many... God, what's a great example that's something completely blown out of proportion on social media that isn't actually really a thing in real life? How many people are as racist as the left points out to be?
I think there's a lot more than I'd like there to be, of course, but like...
No, because I don't know a single genuinely racist person in real life.
The sad thing is like, as not racist as I am, I know a lot of people, and like I don't associate with them because they're fucking tools, obviously. But I know a lot of people that are genuinely fucking racist. Genuinely don't like gay people. Genuinely don't like Mexicans, black people, fucking any other one.
Yeah, that doesn't help being in Fort Myers, but like, what is the example I was fucking
Naples is even worse.
Let's see. Fucking, all right, well, what's some stereotype about the left that right wingers have?
I don't know what I don't know what stereotypes. I don't know. Like like I don't know any.
Great one.
Like things that aren't true.
Right,
that's a stereotype.
A lot of, at least on Facebook, you'll see a lot of shit that like claims that the left want reparations.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know a single fucking left-leaning person in my life, even fucking left-leaning black people who, think that there's a lot of mistreatment. I mean, not think, they know there's a lot of mistreatment of black people not too long ago, and there still is. They don't want fucking reparations. They don't think reparations is going to fix anything. Nobody, like, actually fucking believes reparations, but guess what? There are a lot of people on the internet that identify as right-leaning that think anyone slightly left-leaning, or liberals that want fucking reparations and fucking, full communism and all that shit. And it's just like, in reality, I don't know a single left person that wants reparations. But the same thing can be said about the Trumpers, the right side, the fucking conservatives. I don't like lumping them all in as Trumpers because there's a lot of same people that didn't want Trump as president. But I think like a common thing that's pushed on the internet that a lot of people that identify with the left that are active online, very vocal online, they think all Trumpers are sexist or racist. They fucking, I don't know, they want to, it's just extremely xenophobic, just extremely, like, to the point, like, where if they had their way, they would only, allow white people in the United States and all that shit. I don't know a single Trumper that actually feels that way. Do they have some retarded views? Yeah, especially the older ones. They still think using the N-word is okay? Yeah, it's absolutely not. However, if you sit down with them and you actually ask, it's just like, do you want the United States to be all white, English-speaking fucking, Americans? Like, no, that's not what America's about. So it's the point of, like, I feel like a lot of shit online just isn't true, especially about people. Like, the way people are painted out to be in real, online is not the same as it is in real life. Mm-hmm. I don't remember how we got to that point.
Please.
Yep. Yeah. Yep.
World's fucked.
World is fucked.
It is. It's really sad.
Yeah, it is. But at the same time,
it stresses me the fuck out. Even though I don't have social media or anything like that, it still stresses me the fuck out somehow, some way.
That's why I don't want to have kids, man. I feel worse for the kids because it's, for one, they're growing up in this shit. At least we didn't grow up with smartphones, which really fucking fucks up life and, views of life and shit. But the good news is that, well, yeah, it is getting worse, and, there's no turnaround from this point. Once you dive off the deep end, you can't swim back up to the top. Good news is that we're not going to live to see the worst of it.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we're still going to, have genuine connections with other people.
I don't know, you're not going to upload to the metaverse, bro?
Fuck no, bro. Every day I'm thinking, you remember that one girl that we saw at the Grand Prix that had a flip phone?
Yeah, your future wife. Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh, if I saw her again. Holy shit. But yeah, bro. If I could, not have a smartphone, I would. I mean, I can, but at the same time, it's just like...
What about work?
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, I don't work on my phone or anything, but it's
you,
like,
you use your phone a lot for work, though.
Yeah, especially working remote. It's just like, let's say fucking internet goes out. I have a hotspot in my pocket. Let's say I go work on the beach. I've got a hotspot in my pocket. And I've got my fucking desk phone in my pocket, too. I don't need to carry around a fucking physical desk phone. All that shit.
Boom, bang, pow, shabloinkin.
Yeah. Well, work, though, if it goes to virtual reality, I don't know what I'm going to do. I might be fucked. Oh, you know what? You know what's really fucked up about all of this? You're going to get a huge laugh.
Oh, let's hear it.
So, Facebook's having a huge turnover issue right now. Employee retention because of the ethical concerns. Mm-hmm. Yeah, which means that they are very loose with their what they view as candidacy and pay. They're paying a fuck ton more now.
So, are you taking that, by the way?
Yeah, I applied to a job at Meta.
Fuck yeah, cunt. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that's going to be an experience.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, you can't beat them.
I can't wait for you to take over Facebook. Stomp on that dumb lizard's neck.
Bro. God damn. That's like $120K a year job, no degree needed, and very low qualification barrier. I was like, oh, fuck, man. $120K a year. I guess I'll sell some of my ethics. I'll sell out a little bit.
They're gonna be like, yeah, we took this kid out of the projects.
Work remote, bro. Although I did apply to Zoom too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they've got some because I work in fucking VoIP.
That's gonna fucking suck.
No, it's actually great. They're one of the best companies to work for, apparently.
You're gonna get lost in the metaverse, bud.
Well, it's all
Next
remote.
Thing you know, your office is gonna be a cubicle in your closet, And
well, they're offering fucking unified communication services now, which is exactly what I work with. Oh, God.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Either
you
way,
see where
so
I'm going, huh?
they're an ethically kind of middle ground kind of company because they're essentially a telco. They're a fucking communications
Money
provider.
talks,
It
sir.
does. Yeah, it does.
Money talks.
They're not a social media platform though. They're like they're a tool.
Are you sure they're not a social media platform?
Yeah.
There was Zoom concerts on there. There's Zoom. It's social media.
Would you call FaceTime social media?
I mean, but people, like use. I would. Yeah, I think I would. Yeah, I would call it social media. Sorry, people make money off of FaceTime. People do all these things. It's social
you can't
media.
Post shit and do forum
No,
sections.
yeah,
and
okay.
upvote
So
and like
is
and
social
comment
media
all
a forum section?
that. Social media is a public forum. Yeah,
It's a publish. Yeah,
it's a public forum.
But it's a place where you can publish it.
Yeah, well, it's just a public forum. It's a public forum where anybody can go and speak their ideas, or listen to other people's ideas and give feedback on it and all that shit, which sounds, great in theory, but left unregulated.
That's
Yeah, left unregulated, and I know it sounds fucked up, but thing is you can't have total freedom of speech on large public forums like that, because, look at 8chan. 8chan's a completely unmoderated message board. You ever go onto 8chan, you're going to want to fucking blow your brains out for how much fucked up shit is in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's going to be people encouraging pedophilia and fucking, just really racist shit and all that. The thing is, though, is that, like, people do that already with Facebook. People that normally aren't, like, fucking death to all Jews type of thing. It starts off with that one little breadcrumb, leads them down a rabbit hole. Breadcrumb. Yeah, breadcrumb. But, yeah, that's the thing. It's just like, should free speech out in public be, a thing? Yes, absolutely. It's part of our rights. You can give a fucking cop the finger and be relatively okay. Because that's your right to be, as we should be. I think sunlight disinfects a lot of things. Thing with social media is, it's they all follow this Netflix ideal, right? Which is Netflix. How do they get you to keep using their platform? Recommendations that are based off of what they know you're gonna watch, shit that they know that you are more likely to watch. So it kind of puts you in a bubble. It's not going to recommend you some wild fucking crazy foreign indie film, to like try to expand your mind, get you more cultured. It's just going to tailor towards your comfort. So that's what Facebook, every other like digital platform really does. It's content curation. But the thing is that people are able to use that, especially when there's advertising involved that's open to anybody and everybody. They're able to use that to manipulate the fuck out people. So your poor old grandma that wouldn't fucking support the Holocaust, or definitely believed in the Holocaust at the very least, saw some shit on Facebook which led to another thing and another thing, which convinced her that the Holocaust never actually happened and the Jews are fucking devil eating or baby eating devils and all that shit.
Christ.
Yeah. Just look at 8chan, bro. Fuck, man. You can't have those large public forums completely unmoderated. Imagine, again, Hitler in the day of age of Facebook. When Facebook was unmoderated, it would be pretty fucking bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be pretty bad. It already is bad with the very little amount of moderation they do have. But the thing is even if you do try to moderate more, you still have the issue. This is where regulation comes in, government regulation. But even if you do try to moderate more, you're leaving it in the hands of companies that are, receiving money from other companies to synergize with other companies to help benefit other companies. In return, they get money. So not good. I really do think that there has to be regulation on social media.
I think everything's just kind of fucked now, man.
Yeah. I do too.
I think it's definitely not getting any better. But like you said, at least we don't have to.
We don't have to
sit here and
experience
watch
the
it.
worst of it. Yeah.
What if we have to watch it? Oh my god! Is it gonna be fun? No, I mean like we may not have to live it out, but I'm going too deep again because I'm too
No, you're
stoned.
not too. No, keep going.
No, I am going deep. So I'm losing track. So what if when we die, we have to sit back and watch all this shit?
Oh, well, I guess that depends on your belief, but we don't
Well,
know what
no,
happens
yeah,
when we
of
die.
course, but it's the concept of what if. What if Jesus was real? No, like what if we had to sit down and watch this shit? We're strapped in a goddamn chair.
Well, we are going to experience it some way or another,
We gotta
right?
sit there and watch
Energy-
everything that's going on.
Energy isn't created nor destroyed. I don't think that we're going to like fucking die,
We'll
go to
fucking
heaven
be
or
here.
some shit.
Yeah.
We're not going to be consciously experiencing it, you know, in our like
Well, what I'm saying is,
our definition
Okay.
of how we experience things now, but in some way, we're always going to be experiencing it. And there is no individual in the universe. The thing is, the universe is what we are, is just like a universe's expression of itself. We are literally fucking like just the universe looking in on itself. It's like it just drew little fucking smiley faces on its fingers and it's saying hello. And like, we're not separate. We're all the same on some fundamental level. Like we all came from stardust and all that shit. We're all, in my opinion, just energy.
Mhm.
All just everything is like an energy that is in all of us. I mean, we are all like one in some,
Mhm.
I don't want to say gay and corny way, but just logistically, like we are. I mean, like look at the separation of the brain and body that people, you know, have this idea of. There isn't a separate, like you fucking, you know, you think that, you know, your thoughts are controllable. No, your thoughts are no more controllable than your breathing. You do that all the time. So people think that whatever they think or whatever they want or whatever their mind wants, they separate this mind from the body, that is them. In reality, there is no such thing. Like the ego is a concept. That's exactly what it is. The sense of self is a concept. But in reality, we are whatever we are in this moment, which is everything else in the universe. A tree is a tree until it's fucking, you know, rotting on the floor and soil. You know, we are whatever. We are our present moment. That's all we are. We don't, you know, there's no difference between the mind that
So
creates
is that
its
an
thoughts
atheist mindset?
No, because your beliefs can still like tie into that ideal. Again, it's more of like a logistical.
No, I'm saying on your
fact.
part. Well, you're obviously saying
Yeah.
kind of what you believe in. Does that make you an atheist?
No, because atheists think that there's.
You just
This
said
is a
it's all
judgment on
black?
atheists, but I think atheists think that there's nothing better than themselves. I think atheists are like the most ultimate narcissists.
Yeah, and the Satanists are all the sweet bastards. They're all nice. Did you watch that?
What?
The Satanic Worshippers documentary?
Seen a few of them.
Yeah,
Which
it's
one?
like the most popular one, the one that was produced by them. It was on Netflix.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
Fuck. Yeah, dude, it's really good.
Yeah,
forgot
I'll
what
have
it's
to check
called.
it out.
Fuck.
To answer your question, I don't think I'm atheist. I don't want to say agnostic either, because agnostic means that except there's a possibility of a God. I think,
What? It just thinks that there's a possibility of a God.
yeah, there's definitely
Like they ponder. Like,
agnostics think there could be a God out there. They just don't think there's a defined one or that we know what it would be.
I'm definitely not that.
I think we all are God. I think this energy that we all share is God. I think we're all just the universe. You know, there's not, we don't really know what's beyond the universe. Maybe it's a simulation, some shit. I don't know.
Shit,
But
I
we're
got
all the
stoned.
universe.
I got stoned as fuck the other night and thought about all that. That was fucking trippy.
You should check out Alan Watts, man.
Alan Watts?
Yeah.
Oh,
Fucking let me
he's got a
snag.
podcast on Spotify?
No, he's got lectures though. Sam Harris has good fucking.
Oh, so like YouTube? YouTube?
Yeah,
Yeah.
YouTube. Alan Watts. Let me try to find a good fucking quote that like sum up his ideas, which is what I resonate. Okay, let's see.
Let me ask you a question. How come our parents' generation could eat steak and potatoes, sugary sweets, smoked cigarettes, and never went to a gym a day in their lives?
If I bought you this book, would you read it? It's an Alan Watts book that goes into everything about what we're talking about right now. That's really fucking good.
Bluetooth's not connecting. Do you want to take pause on that note and leave it for part 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting late.
Yeah, I do got it.
I am really enjoying this though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to spend another $3,000 and build you a podcast over there so I can come over and come
Bro,
podcast.
just
on
grab
your
fucking-
podcast, new podcast. Oh my God.
How much time would it take for you to pack up 2 of these mics and your soundboard? Fucking took us like 15 minutes to get 4 of the mics and your soundboard set up. Fucking literally take you 5 minutes to pack up 2 mics and your soundboard and drive it up.
You do have a point. Yeah.
And I got a very comfy house. My house is like a fucking... It's like a conversation den, bro. The lights, the mood, all that shit. It's like a fucking... It's like my whole house is a conversation pit, bro.
Yeah. And there's a matter of distance and work. And like I've been working like lately, like before I got back at Jack's. I don't know if I told you that, but I'm working at Jack's again.
Yeah,
And,
you did. As soon as I quit my bar job, you restart yours.
Since I lost my job at
that's
Jack's.
true, yeah, some bullshit.
Yeah. I lost my job over Jack's. And afterwards, I was working 2 jobs ever since then, every day. And it fucking... I don't even know what I did with the vape, to be honest.
You put it in your pocket, maybe?
Is it in my pocket?
Is
Is it in my pocket, pussy?
All pocket pussy. Oh, there she is. Yeah, so Jack's. Got your job back at
Yeah,
Jack's.
so I got my job back at Jack's, and yeah, but I was working 2 jobs for so fucking long, man. Like it's
7 days a week.
I mean, when's the last time I went up to St. Pete?
Grand Prix. It's almost a year ago. Do you want to go to that again?
Yeah, it's the Grand Prix.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck yeah, cunt! I want to get another fucking sunburn.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, we should drop acid and swim my swimming pool. I don't know why we haven't done that already.
Right now?
Oh, well, no, not right now. Although my pool is open 24 hours, so, we don't have to worry about
let's
people.
go. No, but yeah, I haven't dropped acid in
April.
forever. I've been
Yeah,
doing
me neither.
mushrooms.
I've been really afraid to confront my demons on psychedelics, because that's what happens to me all the time, is the concern of psychedelics in misinformed groups is that it's a form of escapism, which maybe for some people it is, fucking God bless them. I wish it was for me sometimes, but no, bro, it's always confrontation for me. There is some euphoria to it. There is fun in it, but it's always like I'm gonna be face to face with shit that I am, putting off dealing with, and it's gonna make it very intense. Like the Phoebe situation.
Of course.
Yeah, of course. I hate that shit about psychedelics too. I ate half a fucking chocolate shroom.
Yeah.
And, God, dude, I had a great fucking solution to this Phoebe thing. At least, like, me getting a little bit more, what I talked about with you over text. Found a great way to say it. But I got that answer, and my mind was still fucking, like, going over and over and over about it. I hate that shit. And that's why I don't like tripping by myself, too, is because, I feel like when you have somebody to talk something out with, they're able to, like, hear you, and it validates you, maybe makes that, like, obsessive, like, looping kind of shit a little bit less of a thing, but they're also able to, like, help you focus on something else. Whereas, like, on psychedelics, it's very hard to, shove something out of your mind or make yourself distracted.
Well, especially when everybody else around you is sober and things like that. That's another subject, of course, but...
Or just, like, I don't know, like, whenever I trip with anybody else, it's not as meaningful and as beneficial and impactful as it is when I trip with you.
Oh, definitely, 100%.
Oh, well, and Tyler.
Oh, yeah.
I got there, Tyler.
I think I've tripped with Tyler a couple times, right? I think so. There was one time in Miami, and then...
Yeah.
Were we incriminating
Tyler was on
ourselves
MDMA.
right
Who gives a fuck?
Who gives a fuck? Fuck the
Fuck
corporate world, cunt.
Plus, MDMA and shrooms are about to be legalized anyways.
Really?
Yeah.
Sweet. Awesome. You're going to see a lot of people dying.
I don't think so.
Well, if they trip, like unless it's like how they're trying to legalize, what was it? It was THC. How they were trying to do that, saying it has to be a certain amount,
Ketamine's legal. And, people aren't dying from that. It's in a monitored therapeutic setting. I think
yeah,
that's
but
how
is
it's
it-
going to be with
well,
MDMA,
legal
especially,
without-
but shrooms as well.
Legal without prescription or appointment or whatever you call it.
Yeah, well, you have to get approved for it, but I mean,
Well, you'd have to get a prescription, basically.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't have a prescription in ketamine. I could get a prescription if I don't want to do the infusions, but for the infusions, no, I just went
Those
there.
are fucking expensive, cunt. Those are
Yeah,
expensive.
they are. But the point is, though, I think that's because
We're getting really
ketamine itself, but fucking MDMA and shrooms, maybe acid one day, but those kind of things, especially A, aren't going to be as expensive, but B, it's not going to be like, oh, you can go down to fucking your head shop and buy shrooms or some shit. At least, I don't know. Maybe it could be, but I don't think
it'll be like that. Not
I think
like,
it's going to be a lot like
Amsterdam.
fucking ketamine, bro. I think it's going to be administered in monitored therapeutic settings so that you actually get benefit of it. Because
Oh yeah, no, I could see that because
especially MDMA, because there is a lot of therapeutic
even
value.
the littlest bit of ketamine is gonna put you on your ass. It's gonna make you feel good.
Yeah, whereas
It's not like coke where you can do like a fucking
yeah,
mountain.
Well, and with MDMA and shrooms, like it's not like fucking you're not dissociated. You were there, and you're like gonna need to talk shit out when you're on it. I think it had.
So it's gonna
especially
be those
MDMA.
type of medical purposes.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be like prescribed. I don't think it's going to have that limitation.
But
to
you'll
it.
be able to go in for a treatment.
Yeah, I think
Another way for the man to
Like with ketamine,
profit
the
off
way-
of our mushroom trips.
well, there's always going to be a cost. I think ketamine's cost is because of the resource of ketamine itself is expensive and rare, and that's mostly reserved for hospitals, anesthetic use, which is part of why it's expensive. But shit with shrooms and stuff, I think I'd like to see it be like ketamine without the cost, in the sense that like, hey, you get evaluated to see if you're a good candidate for this, because a lot of people might not be good candidates for shit like shrooms. They might fucking, it might kick off like schizophrenia or some shit.
Might be causing more
Or
problems. than helping.
MDMA, like, if they're on medications that could cause serotonin syndrome and shit, like, then they shouldn't get it. Like, it's going to be overseen by medical professionals.
So what about crazy people?
Crazy people
Yeah, they're gonna let crazy people go in and
do shrooms? No.
yeah.
No.
But
I
how do
think
you
some
evaluate
people-
somebody like that? How do you know somebody's not fucking just bananas and they're just trying to get a mushroom trip so they become more powerful?
I think it's pretty easy to weed out. I mean, like, people.
It's hard to do with pillheads today.
Yeah, well, it's like with ketamine, right? Like they, what makes you a not good candidate for ketamine is if you
Keep
have,
the dog hair out of my vape. I don't want dog hair in my vape.
Okay, yeah, true.
Yeah.
There's like certain fucking medical conditions that you would be at a disadvantage to not list, like heart problems or whatever. So it's the same thing with shrooms. Like people who are told that this could make schizophrenia worse, or if you have a family history of schizophrenia, it might kick it off
what if
in you.
you're
They're not gonna
bipolar like me, and you have ADHD like me?
Bipolar thing. I guess there's like more severe cases of bipolar, but I have such a hard time seeing you bipolar.
I don't know.
Do you like
I've
your
just-
therapist? Do you trust him? Well, does he bring up fucking God or anything with you?
Of course, I don't fucking like my therapist.
You should find a therapist. That
I don't like the
you
idea
vibe
of
with.
talking to a therapist.
Is
But
this-
no, they're fine. Like they're
Wait,
good. They're
is this
great.
a therapist through your insurance?
Yeah,
Oh,
I have Cigna. It's Cigna.
No, it doesn't matter.
Man,
Therapies.
I can't afford a real therapist.
Therapies or any
I have to get the
medical,
bootleg.
any fucking like medical, anything medical wise, anything that's like covered by insurance is, think of it more as like being sponsored by your insurance. They're
Nice.
not there for your benefit. You tell a doctor that you fucking smoke nicotine, gets reported back to your insurance because they're in bed with your insurance company and they need to know what your risk factor
I
is.
don't go to this therapist on a daily basis or on a weekly
That
basis.
doesn't matter.
This
They're-
is just no. I'm just letting you know. Like,
Yeah.
I'm letting you know. I just went because
I'd get a second.
I decided to get checked. Yeah.
I'll refer you to my therapist. You can fucking do telehealth sessions with him.
All right, but
Great therapist. Makes
does he
Ricky
take
Gervais
Cigna?
clips and shit. No, he's out now. All right, any insurance, any medical service that will be covered by your insurance is there to service your insurance company, not you. They're not there for your benefit. They're there for your insurance company's benefit. That's why.
Oh, so they're just gonna tell me a bunch of shit so that they can make some money.
Mm-hmm. Yep. If they, think that, for example, you know, like for one,
Wow,
they
that's
get
pretty
money
fucked
off
up, man.
prescriptions. Yeah,
That's dog shit.
it is.
Is that really what's going on?
It is. Yeah, your insurance company doesn't have your interests in mind. They have their financial interests.
Yeah,
They
you got
deem
a
whether or
point.
not they're going to have to spend, you know, they'll hike your insurance rates if they find out you smoke cigarettes, because to them, it's more of a risk that they'll have to, you know, pay for cardiovascular issues or some
So
shit down
they're
the
doing
line.
the credit fraud.
Yeah. Anyone that is
Bitches.
anyone that's paid by your insurance company to service you isn't servicing you. They're not there for your benefit. They're there for the benefit.
That's so fucked.
They're
Daniel.
looking
You've made me
out-
so upset.
They're looking out for the insurance company, because the insurance company is the one that pays
Well,
them.
what do I expect? It's a fucking company.
They pay the doctor's bills. They pay his salary. So why the fuck would they, you know,
It's
wanna
sad the only
benefit
like
you?
the only good businesses are like mom and pop shops now. Everybody else is fucking corrupt, but it's one mom and pop shop. Is it corrupt? I don't think so. I think it's the ones that those are the ones that stand out as
Shit like
as good
Amazon and all
business.
that. Yeah, they
I
want
mean,
to.
the bigger the business, the worse it is.
They tailor
Fucking Subway, they've got fucking guy touches kids, right? And then you got fucking Apple. Guy's got a fucking turtleneck, man.
You know,
Like-
worse than that. With shit like Amazon, it's just like they give you access to so much shit that you would, like, you go into a Costco, you're not going to be tempted to buy so many goddamn things in the store because they don't have sections of the store that are tailored to you with anything that you could possibly buy anywhere in the fucking world. If they had that, you'd be spending a lot of time and a lot of money at Costco. Amazon is that. They fucking know what you like and what you want, and they throw it at you, and they give you access to whatever you want in the next day shipping.
Listen, Danny, you know, I worked at Amazon.
Yeah.
Honestly, dog shit job to be at.
Yeah, it's
fucking
terrible.
everybody's miserable. We get paid shit, but for some weird dopamine reason, we get a score, right? And that
Yeah.
score depicts how much more money we make at the end of the year because it's a bonus.
People don't know that, though, unless they work at Amazon, because Amazon gives money to corporations like Facebook and everywhere else that advertises Amazon, pushes articles about how Amazon, you know, has upped their minimum wage to $15 an hour and, you know, will fucking give equal opportunity jobs. They'll talk about how the jobs are you standing in a fucking plant just grabbing one thing from one box and moving it to another
I
box.
will say, though,
That makes you want to blow your brains out.
I
That's not a
will
good
say,
job.
though, Amazon, great fucking prices, man. Got amazing prices. I'm telling you, most of my shit's from Amazon.
Yeah.
This desk, Amazon.
Point is, though, mom and pop shops, they don't, you know, I mean, shit, even shit like Walmart, they don't have that kind of level of manipulation to get you to spend money on their.
Yeah, because
their
they're not even
platform on
making
their
they're
shop.
not even making enough money fucking doing what they got to
No,
do.
I can't compete with Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking, but no.
Get
Going back to the healthcare
20 million
shit,
PlayStations at 2 cents a pop. Imagine.
with mom and pop healthcare, if you want to even call it that, just fucking people that won't accept insurance. You are paying their bills. They want you to benefit from their service,
So why don't they
that
beat
you
prices?
keep getting their service?
Why don't they beat prices then? Because they're the most expensive people. Is that because they have more, or was it more or less overhead?
They have less overhead. The thing with
Maybe
that
that's
is,
not the right word. I don't know.
like look at my therapist.
Like debt, basically. I don't know how to explain
not
it.
dead, but it's
Like
just
they have to pay more for their products, so thus they have to charge more because they're not a big business and they're not a main account or so and so.
Well,
You know,
say
that
therapy that's
concept.
covered by insurance. It's usually under a group, and the insurance pays. And then say you think that fucking out of network therapy is expensive, you should see what they're charging your insurance. It's like you go to a hospital, you've seen it on the internet, they'll charge your insurance $3,000 just for the fucking automatic doors that you walk through.
Mm-hmm.
So they charge a lot more. They make more money, which allows them to expand and accommodate more patients and all that shit. But with people that don't take your insurance, they can't charge you a stupid amount of money because you're not going to pay it. And two, since they don't make that kind of money, they can't really expand their practice as much to accommodate so many people. So if you have you're a good therapist, you know that you can benefit people, you charge a low rate for it, you're going to have way more fucking demand than you have supply. Whereas if it's a little bit more costly, kind of helps balance that out. But my therapist, $150 for 90 minutes, I think.
That's not bad.
Oh, I mean, it's not something that a lot of people can afford. I only see him fucking twice a month.
My
but,
insurance, it was free.
Yeah. But it's just like, and the diagnoses that he gives me or whatever, they're not put on to a permanent record that everybody will have access for. He doesn't have any benefits he doesn't have any benefit to diagnose me with shit that isn't, something that actually, I could be diagnosed with. He's not going to give me bullshit.
No, yeah, I completely
There's no
understand.
benefit to it. Yeah.
Back to the whole, it's for the purpose of pleasing the insurance, not pleasing or whatever.
Well, and it's just like with my psychiatrist.
Of getting
too.
as much money as you can from the insurance.
Yeah, benefiting the insurance. Same thing with my psychiatrist, bro. He only gives me shit that would legitimately benefit me. Fucking antidepressants. Talk to him about everything. Doesn't think they benefit me. Doesn't fucking think.
If he's so good, why doesn't he charge more?
Oh, my psychiatrist is like $100 a month.
Oh,
yeah. I only see him like maybe once a month, but
that's nice.
Yeah, but still, that's an expensive service. However, at the same time, I trust him not to prescribe me something that's going to do more harm than good.
How do you develop a trust like that with your therapist? By
my
like the
therapist
first
and my psychiatrist? Because A, he's not sponsored by my insurance, and B, I'll talk about like deep philosophical shit with him, like what we were talking about, and he just like therapists, like you can't. Most therapists, you can't, even tell them that you fucking smoke pot without, like, being told, oh, you've got a substance use disorder and all that shit. So I don't know, you feel it, but yeah, man, like, we'll fucking talk about the most recent, like, Sam Harris podcasts about free will and shit together and, like, it's cool shit. Yeah, so I'll hook you up with them, or I'll find someone like that in town for you if you want.
Yeah, just give me his card or his number and all.
I shall. Yeah.
If I ever need to talk to somebody, I guess. I won't do that. Like,
you should. He's a fucking awesome therapist.
I mean, even though I already did, but it was only for a medical purpose. Well, I guess
I talked to him,
psychologically it's a medical
get his
purpose,
fucking
but
thoughts on it. He's a really good therapist. Again, does remote shit.
Now, is he just like specifically? Is a psychiatrist for the medical
Meds.
part, or is it
For the pharmaceutical part?
Okay, yeah. So I went to a psychologist. Sorry, not a therapist.
Psychiatrist.
But he asked me like about like my life and like what.
Well, the
like
nice
why,
thing with my
or
psychiatrist,
to explain why, well, like how I am, why I am the way I am, or some shit like that. I don't know how to explain it.
my therapist referred me to a psychiatrist that he works with because he trusts that psychiatrist. He knows his practice, his ethics, all that shit. And so I don't have to go and tell everything that I tell my therapist to my psychiatrist. He just relays anything important that he think might be useful to like my medication dosage or what medication I'm on to my psychiatrist. I'd get a second opinion. I'll hook you up with my therapist.
Just give me his business card and then
Get a second opinion from him. Be like, look, I got fucking diagnosed with bipolar, and I don't know how many other people you brought this up with, but I know a handful of people who have bipolar, and I don't think I've seen you express it. Again, I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not here to like fucking like discredit your the shit that you go through. But I don't think that like. I think bipolar is a very serious label. A lot of people don't understand the full condition of bipolar, and it's thrown around pretty easily. And
I think it's more opinionated when it comes to bipolar. There are some reasons like why I could be bipolar, but who can say that when it could have been just I don't know.
And
not a manic like breaking point, type of thing, but just
there are different severities of it for sure. But even the less severe bipolars, it's still pretty bad. Like they're the diagnosable conditions.
I've never had I guess an episode to where it doesn't make sense of why I'm mad or anything like that. Like I have reasons. I guess I have reasons why. I don't know.
And it's not super like extreme. Even the less extreme cases of bipolar, it's
there's cases in the unexplainable and then the explainable as to
Yeah.
why somebody could have acted out.
Mood shifts, like easy mood shifts, aren't necessarily an explanation of bipolar. Even the least severe cases, it's periods of mania, which is high highs, fucking, like reckless spending, fucking like just fucking, just being really high, not happy, but just high highs, and then immediate shift to low lows. And these are periods, not like over, just fucking throughout the day or throughout the week. These are periods. Like, it'll be a week of high mania, and then like it can just snap and then be like several weeks of low.
Yeah, I don't have that.
Exactly. I don't think you have. I mean, again, I'm not.
I get some times where I feel weird, where I get like really depressed all of a sudden, like, or really tuckered out, or just really spoofed. Like at the point where I'm like, I want to fucking quit.
Yeah. Well, I think you got a lot of things that factor into that. A lot of good reasons.
Which is why I should talk to a therapist.
Yeah. Let me hook you up with Joel. You should tell him that, though. I'd be like, yo, I got diagnosed by this fucking dude as bipolar.
Yeah.
And I don't see it. None of my friends really see it. So let me tell you why this dude fucking said I was bipolar, and then tell you, what happens, and see what your thoughts are.
You didn't really tell me why I was bipolar. You more just said, yeah, you're pretty much bipolar.
Yeah, dude's full of shit.
Yeah. Well,
he's just a
we'll
fucking
see.
pill pusher.
If I have any manic episodes, I'll be sure to invite you.
Because if he gives you a diagnosis and he, gets you prescribed medication, then you're gonna have to keep coming back to him.
He offered, but I said I didn't want to take medicine. I just wanted to figure out what was wrong and whether I had ADHD or not. Because I definitely have ADHD.
I wouldn't fucking open my mind up and get vulnerable with that.
I didn't really say anything crazy about my childhood. It was more just like situations to where I like.
It's like Scientologists, bro. They get you vulnerable and you
fucking
talk about some deep shit.
Like,
so they can manipulate you and fucking
Let me shove some methamphetamine down your throat. Yeah.
Fucking hour and 50 minutes of bullshit.
It's easy to get lost in this shit though.
It is. All right. What's our sign off message? Fuck you all.
Oh, I had an idea, but that would be more like to where like I'm trying to do the outro and you start interrupting me and I go I'm doing the fucking outro, and then
what does that look like?
What? Oh yeah, you would just have to interrupt me at some point.
Yeah, no, you do. I understand the gist of my role, so let's see what that looks like. I'm curious.
Yeah, but I can't yell
because
people are sleeping downstairs and upstairs. I have neighbors now.
Just an example. Well, we can cut it. Just an example.
No, there's neighbors downstairs. I don't want to wake them up.
Fucking yell. If you're gonna be like the Kia asshole, just do it. But in a whispering.
Okay, so basically,
it's gonna be you.
So basically, I start doing the outro and then you cut me off.
Yeah, I'll know just when to cut you off too. Yeah. Get the perfect. Go ahead.
All right, everyone. That was the 38 special. It was really good to. You're supposed to cut me off.
You keep going. I'll know when to cut you off.
Oh no, it's not going to be a long outro.
Oh, okay.
So that
Okay, well, go ahead. Go. Yeah. 38 special.
Really, I'm trying to do the fucking outro.
Sound fucking retarded. There you go.
There you go. There's the sound bit.
Yeah. Okay.
I see what you were doing there. Yeah. Sorry.
God damn it, Bill Burr. Fucking. I love his outro, but we can't take it.
What is his outro?
All right, that's the end of the podcast. Fucking stay safe and go fuck yourselves. It's always something. Go fuck yourself.
I fucking still love his podcast. I don't listen to him all the time though.
I do. You know what? For this one, good night. Go fuck yourselves. Whoever actually listens to this shit, good night and go fuck yourselves.
Yeah, my dog shit podcast. That was the 38 special.
Not doing my greatest, and you're my fucking soul brother, buddy, so I could really use you. I am, I'm not gonna say anything fucking retarded, but I'm concerned for myself, and a day with you and Tyler just would really help. Anyways, hope your shift is going well. If you're working, everything else in life is going well. And really do miss you, man. I hope I get to see you soon.
Fuck yeah, Daniel.
wasn't too shabby.
Fuck.